Jays and the Detroit Tigers. We'll let you know what's going on in that game. But the biggest story in tennis, and you could argue maybe the biggest story in sports, Monica Seles making her return to competitive tennis after a long layoff since she was attacked during a match. She is making her return against Kimberly, a second-round match at the Canadian Open, and you will see it live on TSN. Let's go to Jim Van Horn.
Thank you, Paul. Good evening, everyone. Monica Seles is just now making her way to center court. Let's listen to the ovation. You can see her mouthing the words, "I am glad to be back." Monica Seles and Kimberly have taken to center court for their very important match tonight. There's no more co-number one in Toronto. There is only number one, Monica Seles in Toronto. The tennis world is seen through the eyes of Monica Seles. And what a world it has been. A player who possesses a fierce competitive will and steely determination. With 32 career titles to her name, Seles has won 8 of the 17 Grand Slam finals she has played. January 1991 to February 93 marked her best years of tennis. Monica Seles was ranked number 1 in the world. Then on April 30th, 93, she was attacked and her tennis world was taken away. 2.5 years have passed. July 29th, Atlantic City welcomes Monica back. Her first match, an exhibition against good friend Martina Navratilova. Seles is back in good form, easily winning the exhibition. And now, the journey back to the world of tennis continues in Toronto, as tennis fans around the world will warmly welcome back Monica Seles. The humidity that was so prevalent on Tuesday afternoon has lifted. The National Tennis Center is now bathed in glorious sunshine and pleasant conditions, and we are looking forward to an outstanding match tonight between the number 1 seed, Monica Seles, and Kimberly Hi, everybody. I'm Jim Van Horn along with Peter Burwash. Welcome to this very historic occasion. We are seeing the return of one of the greatest players of all time tonight. Peter, a lot of people thought this day would never come. A lot of people thought that Monica Seles would never swing a racket again.
That's right, Jim. In fact, I think many people are really surprised she is back because she kept it a mystery and she had to work through a lot of things on her own. She had a very traumatic situation occur in Germany. But I think she's ready psychologically. The question now is physically, can she play competitively? But she's definitely glad to be back.
When you look at what she has achieved throughout her career, all the Grand Slam victories, all the WTA Tour victories, it's hard to believe that this young woman is only 21 years old.
Amazing record. I mean, that's why there's no question. She is probably one of the greatest players of all time, even if she were never to pick up a racket again.
This has been a dramatic day, not only with the defeat of the number 1 seed Steffi Graf earlier today, but with the return of Monica Seles tonight. And here to help us celebrate this event tonight is Teresa Herger. Teresa?
Well, Jim, I am just one of many reporters that are covering this incredible story, Monica Seles' return to competitive tennis. And it seemed like every last media member was out there this morning when Monica Seles took to center court for a little practice. She showed up just shortly after 7 o'clock, did a few stretches, a couple laps around the court, and then she began hitting the ball with her coach and her hitting partner. And then she left the National Tennis Center, and I hear she went to downtown Toronto, did a little window shopping, hung out a little bit, and then she went back and played with her dog Astro that is traveling with her. Apparently she wanted to take away all distractions. In fact, I'm told that she did not even watch the Graf and Kutzer match this afternoon because she just wanted to concentrate on her return to tennis. So that is the story that the whole world is anxiously awaiting for, and something that we're going to see very shortly.
Shortly indeed, as the warm-ups have begun here on center court. Monica Seles making the return tonight against America's Kimberly Poe. We'll have coverage coming up in a few minutes. Right now, let's take you to Tiger Stadium and join Dan Shulman and Buck Martinez.
It's the Blue Jays and Tigers in game 1 of 3 from Tiger Stadium. Hi again, everybody. Dan Shulman and Buck Martinez with you in Detroit for the Blue Jays and Tigers. And we've talked all year about the Blue Jays retooling for the future. The Tigers are in the same kind of mode.
Well, you think back to all the great series these two ball clubs have played over the past, and it's quite a different picture here in Tiger Stadium now. The Tigers have sent away David Wells. He went to Cincinnati. Mike Henneman went to the Astros, and Kurt Gibson retired. So all of those key players in the heyday of the Tigers are gone now. And like the Blue Jays, they've got 5 rookie pitchers on their staff.
And one of those rookies, maybe the best of the bunch so far, 7-game winner Felipe Lira will start against the Blue Jays tonight. For Toronto, Detroit native Pat Henkin gets the call. Now the weather is iffy. More rain is expected in the next couple of hours. Let's send you back to Paul Romanuk at Baseball Tonight.
Hey, thanks, Stan. Big night for Pat Henkin. The Jays hope he's been hot as of late. Won 3 of his last 4 starts. Other big games we're watching tonight, and there are a few. Seattle and Minnesota, a big one in the baseball world. Why? Well, because Ken Griffey makes his return to the lineup. I'll tell you how Seattle did without him. A 500 team, about 36-37 without Griffey in the lineup. He is back tonight against Minnesota. We'll be watching that one very, very closely. Bosio also getting the start for Seattle of note in that game. New York is playing Boston, 7:05 Eastern Time start. That one just getting underway. Rain not holding that one up. The Red Sox really supporting Riel Cormier as of late. They've scored 20 runs in Cormier's last 2 starts. He gets the call tonight. You can see the Sox have won 11 straight. They're going for number 12 tonight. They lead the Yankees by 10. Count them, 10 games. The Montreal Expos going for 4 wins in a row. If they do that, it will be the first time since, early June the 13th. The last time the Montreal Expos strung together 4 wins in a row. We'll be watching that one for you as well. Montreal and New York. And Philadelphia also playing Houston. That game getting underway in about an hour, 8:05 Eastern Time. The Rockies really battling. They are 3.5 back of the Astros as they battle away for that wild card spot. But the big story tonight on TSN, the one we're going to take you to live, Monica Seles making her return to competitive tennis. Should be a great match, if for no other reason than you're watching a little bit of tennis history. It's going to unfold. Seles is next. We'll let you know what's going on with the Blue Jays game, too. Keep her tuned right here. Here again is Jim Van Horn.
Thank you very much, Paul. Once again, good evening, everyone. Center court, your picture. It's going to be sold out tonight. This place is going to be jam-packed and rocking, and everybody's going to be cheering for Monica Seles as she faces Kimberly Poe from the United States. Seles making her return to competitive tennis. Everything that she has done before this. 2 exhibitions go for naught. It was basic training for her at that time. Now it's all for real, as she is co-ranked number 1 in the world and the co-seeded number 1 with Steffi Graf, who was eliminated earlier today by Amanda Kutzer. Seles now makes her home in Sarasota, Florida. Has not played in a competitive match since April 30th of 1993, and she makes her return tonight. Her opponent tonight, 23-year-old Kimberly Poe from Incline Valley, Nevada in the United States. She's a 23-year-old ranked 133rd in the world. She was ranked as high as 40th back in January of 1994. She has a 1-11 match record this year. She won her first match of the year yesterday, defeating Renee Stubbs 6-4 and 6-1. Kimberly's actually thankful to be here in this second round because she did not make it through qualifying, but because of the withdrawal of Mary Jo Fernandez and Brenda McCarthy Schultz, she became a lucky loser and was put into the main draw. She won her first match against Renee Stubbs. In fact, she said yesterday she was supposed to warm up Renee Stubbs for her first round match, and she ended up playing her instead. We're set to go. Serving at the top of your screen, Kimberly Poe to Monica Seles.
15 love.
Let's go, Monica!
Oh. 15 all.
Double fault for Kimberly Poe, 15 all.
Tough for both players out there. I mean, there's no question Seles has probably thought about this moment for a long time. Kimberly Poe, on the other hand, definitely has a lot of pressure. Part of the history of tennis here now. She'll be part of trivia.
30-15. Go!
Trademark of Monica Seles. Got a big smile on her face. It always helps to be able to go ahead and hit a couple of those early on in the match. Even as a young kid, she loved to step inside the baseline and hit the winners.
Net first serve.
Deuce. Kimberly Pose actually talked about retiring after this year. She says she's getting tired of the grind and the travel and wants to spend more time at home.
Yeah, one of her aspirations actually is to get a degree in environmental law. Look how far in Seles is playing. She just loves to be in that area. Takes the ball high and early.
With the break. First game, first set. She leads Kimberly Pole 1 game to love. The look of surprise, slight grimace. Monica Seles making her return tonight for the first time since April 1993. 21 years old now, a couple of inches taller. What a career she has already had as she begins her second career.
Those amazing statistics when you think about that. And still how young she is, and her grand slam titles, to have 8. There are people who are very good players and are lucky to have had 1 over their career. The thing we talked about earlier about just being competitive, we saw with Venus Williams, who has not really played much tournament tennis, as a young superstar coming out, now living in Florida, originally from Compton, California. And there's just a whole different psychology that goes on once you start playing for real, and the rankings and the point system. And it's very, very difficult and very different out there. So I think what Monica has to battle now is not just being able to physically hit the ball, but she has to be able to get comfortable with how to play points again under match circumstance.
Nice return by Kimberly Pole, love 15.
Love 15. Next, second serve. Second serve. 15 all.
15 all.
Kimberly Poe looks fairly relaxed out there. What she needs to do is just not make too many mistakes early in the match, because you have to appreciate that Monica Seles is nervous.
30-15.
And you can imagine that the longer the match goes on, the stronger that Seles is going to become. She'll get more into it, more comfortable with her environment.
Oh!
Ball was long. Solid return by Kimberly Poe.
You can see how far back behind the baseline Kimberly Poe was there, and that's what Seles does to you. It's very intimidating. The end result is you start hitting the ball shorter and shorter, and then she'll eventually put it away.
Off the line. Seles holds serve. She's up a break and leading Kimberly Poe 2 games to love.
Seles leads 2 games to love.
Broke Poe in the first game of this first set. These 2 gentlemen are sitting on the Seles side of the changeover area. Neither one is watching the game, or the match.
15 love.
Both are watching the crowd.
Oh, security everywhere. Even this morning, no one was allowed to stand behind Monica while she was practicing at 7:30 in the morning. All the reporters had to be on the side.
Moving well.
15 all.
Up.
15-13.
Against someone like Seles, what happens, it's very similar to many of the top players when you're playing them. You feel that you have to hit a better shot than is necessary sometimes, and the end result is that you make too many unforced errors.
Break point. Deuce.
Advantage Seles.
It's too bad because Kimberly Poe here in these first two service games that she's had has served quite well. She's mixed it up. She's been able to hit the corners most of the time. She's forced Seles to reach, but then she's making errors like that right after she's hitting a nice serve.
Two-fisted backhand gets it back to deuce. Second deuce of this game.
Deuce.
Well, the one thing in Seles that is different from Seles out here now, and that she's going to have to work on, is her lateral movement going from side to side on the court. She doesn't seem anywhere near as quick as she was. Contacting the ball quite solidly, no problems there.
Point number 3 of this game for Seles.
Advantage Seles.
Just wide. Third deuce.
A couple of very good hits there for Seles. Her trademark ground stroke drives are very tough to handle because they have low trajectory. She takes them fairly high above the white band on top of the net, and she drills them straight ahead.
A marvelous return.
But it puts so much pressure on the opponent because they have less time to set up. Most of the players, at least the ball has a little bit of an arc on it, so you have a split second more to get ready, but not against Seles.
Terrific angle. Monica breaks again. She leads 3 games to love over Kimberly Poe in his first set. Second round action from Toronto. Now let's go to Detroit and Dan Shulman. Dan.
Thank you, Jim. And here in Detroit, the rain has picked up again in the last 15 minutes or so. They've taken the tarp off a couple of times and just recently have brought it back out. The game was supposed to start a short while ago, but the rain is falling quite heavily, and more is expected in the next hour and a half at Tiger Stadium. The scheduled pitchers: Felipe Lira for the Tigers. He is 7-8, and Detroit native Pat Henkin for the Blue Jays. This turns into a battle for 4th place in the American League East. The Tigers come into action a half game ahead of the last place Blue Jays right now. It doesn't look good, as you can see. The rain is falling heavily. We'll keep you updated from Tiger Stadium. Let's send you back to tennis.
Beautiful night here, Dan. Too bad you're missing this one. Monica Seles with a pair of breaks on Kimberly Poe in this first set of the second round. She leads 3 games to love.
Time. Thank you. Seats, please, behind the players.
Still a lot of people moving around. Monica asking for the chair umpire to remind everyone to sit as quickly as possible before she begins play.
Seats quickly, please. Players are ready. Thank you.
Unexpected crowd has materialized here. Probably the largest crowd they've had here on a Tuesday night.
No question. They've never had a sellout on Tuesday night.
Net, first serve. Net, first serve. Love 15.
Ooh, that was close.
Oh! 15 all.
Good serve sets up the winner for Monica Seles. She's up 4-0 over Kimberly Poe in this first set.
4-0.
Security of Monica Seles. Keeping a close eye on this crowd. After the afternoon session, the workers came through to do their regular cleanup, and then security came through and did a sweep of center court. Lifted up every chair, every seating pad, checked under everything to make sure that everything was safe.
Out. 15-13.
Yeah, you get the sense watching Kimberly Poe that she's out there, yet she doesn't really believe that there's even a possibility of her winning the match. She does not have an aggressive mode out there.
30-14.
Break point.
And it's certainly a challenge to go out in a night like tonight with the return of Monica, and sure that's worth 3 or 4 games a set just to have her on the other side of the net.
Deuce.
Advantage Poe.
Pretty nice return there. Prior to Monica leaving the game, there was absolutely no question she had the best return of serve. Florida when she was 14, 15 years of age. She'd play a bunch of the college players, the men, and she would take their return and crack it back, and that enables her to be able to get control of the point early. It was quite funny to see these 19, 20-year-old fellows get up there with this great big serve, and this young girl just blasting the ball back. That's her lateral movement that I was talking about, going from side to side across the court. It's the one thing that she doesn't seem to have yet. You saw there lots of people standing just to see the match.
Deuce.
Third deuce this game. They're literally standing in the aisles to watch this match tonight.
Advantage.
But what's great for tennis about this match is the fact that it takes us back to the 1973 era where King and Riggs, Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs played, and it got people who weren't even that interested in tennis talking about the game again. Tennis has had its troubles over the last decade or so with a declining interest, and seems to be on its way back.
Fourth deuce.
Deuce. Advantage Seles.
Great point. It was amazing the last couple of weeks knowing that we were going to be covering this tournament, the number of people that would come up to me and say, do you think she'll be there? Is she coming back? When will you know?
Yeah, when you get the taxi cab drivers and the bellman at the hotels wanting to know about tennis again.
Game Seles.
And Seles breaks again. Kimberly Poe is now down 5-love in his first set. Seles has dominated from the outset, even though that game did go to 4 deuces. We talked about the success that Seles had enjoyed as a youngster heading up to her 19th birthday till 1993. Look at that. She hasn't won Wimbledon yet, but she's won a pair of U.S. Open titles, 3-0 at 3 titles in Australia, 3 at the French Open. Has a career record of 253 and 30 for an 893 winning percentage, which is astounding, Peter.
It is, and part of the reason that she does so well is she just steps into the ball, and we'll get a sense here now as she will roll it and move it along, and we'll freeze it just as she goes ahead and hits. She doesn't have both feet on the ground, but she gets her lead foot. We freeze it right there, and she's constantly moving forward. We'll take a look now at her backhand. The same kind of thing. She will attack the ball. We'll go ahead and we'll freeze it right there.
Time.
See, and her back foot will come off the ground, but she's still leaning forward. So the traditional way of playing tennis was to have your feet planted on the ground. It's no longer the era. Most of the players are hitting the ball in the air, but with Monica, whether she's in the air, she has one foot down, whatever the case, she's constantly attacking the ball. And that puts an enormous amount of pressure on her opponent. The fact that she is always going forward. She takes that ball a little earlier, which puts the pressure on.
Thank you. Seats, please.
And that's only a little tiny portion of the photographers and reporters, and they had to do an extra section here just to be able to get all the media in.
I had to laugh in the match yesterday.
Love 15.
In the match yesterday between Vanessa Webb and Amanda Kutzer, there was one photographer out here. One photographer.
Love 30.
Of 30.
Well, the city of Toronto should give Monica a little bonus here for having brought pretty much the entire tennis writing and photographic community here. People who normally only go to the Grand Slams. Probably one of the best boosts for the Toronto economy in a long time.
Yeah. And the number of media people here in the media room, it's unbelievable. I've never seen it this full.
I think, Jim, you know, even in the Grand Slams, it seems that there are more people here, because I think this is not just a tennis story, it's a human interest story. And so a lot of magazines are here that just marginally cover tennis.
40-30.
Set point, double set point now for set point for Monica Seles.
Oh!
Deuce. Another set point for Seles.
Advantage Seles. Game in first set, Seles, 6 games to love.
Monica Seles, 6-love for sets over Kimberly Cole.
And she finishes up with a fairly strong serve there. This is part of her game that definitely doing better with. Left-handers always have that natural advantage to be able to hit the slice serve, and as we saw against Martina Navratilova in the exhibition, she used it quite effectively.
Love 15. Love 30.
These are the kind of shots that build confidence. It's one of the most satisfying things in tennis to be able to take a serve and hit it back that well for a winner.
15-14.
Double break point now.
Even Monica claps for that one. Poe's best shot of the night.
30-40. Game Seles.
Seles with the break again. She is not allowed Kimberly Cole to hold serve. She won the first set 6-love, leads the second set 1-game-to-love. We'll be back.
Independent. What it is, it is.
Well, if there were a theme for the game tonight, it might well be raindrops keep falling on my head. The weather cell going through the Detroit area expected to continue to dump rain in Tiger Stadium until about 9 o'clock Eastern time. We'll keep our eyes peeled on this while you keep watching tennis.
The 1995 DeMaurier Limited Open on TSN is being brought to you by BMW, the ultimate driving experience. So far tonight, the story of Monica's return has been Monica's dominance over Kimberly Pohl. We're into the second game of the second set. Monica serving. Pohl has not been able to hold serve at all. She's been broken every time. 6-love in the first set.
With new balls, Monica has always enjoyed that, simply because of the fact they go through the air a little bit quicker.
Love 15.
That's her second double fault of the evening.
15.
And her first ace.
This is a dimension of her game that if she can continue to improve with her service, she's going to be able to definitely be back on top or near the top. When she was first on tour, she basically used the serve just to get the point underway.
Net, second serve.
She would often play matches without any aces at all.
Nice serve. 40-15.
Well, that's the slight serve I was talking about earlier. For some reason, lefties always seem to do that better than right-handers. Right-handers obviously going into the deuce court. There was a movement at one point in time to actually have the left-handers start the very first point in the ad court just so they would even it out for the righties.
Just long.
It'll be interesting to see as the week progresses. One of the things when you do lay off from playing tennis is the ability to hit passing shots, and Kimberly Pohl certainly has not put any pressure on Monica here tonight to try to pass. But a passing shot at this level has to be so precise, and if your timing is not perfect, then you're not going to be able to get it past the opponent at the net.
Deuce.
3 double faults tonight.
When someone double faults, you always look at where they're double faulting. If it's down into the net, it's either their loss of concentration, or they're tired, or they have a significant mechanical problem. They're coming down too soon.
Advantage Seles.
The thing with Seles, even on the serve there, you've seen after she's hit a double fault, she's come up with a good serve right afterwards. One of the things that she's always been well known for is not making the same mistake twice in a row.
Game Seles.
Monica Seles holding serve. She leads 2 games to love in this second set.
Seles leads 2 games to love.
Gentleman on the far right with the sunglasses, her dad, Monica's dad, Kimberly Seles, and you can just barely see the mom there. Kimberly's delighted to be here. Had stomach cancer in December and a serious operation.
I know she's watching this match tonight in Vancouver. She just came through some surgery of her own. The doctors say she's doing fine and should be released from hospital soon. Helen, we're all thinking about you and hope you're back on track very quickly.
Absolutely. Boy, what a challenge she's been through. Crowd will erupt here if Kimberly Poe wins this game. Excitement builds as she may win this next point.
And it's won. Kimberly Poe avoids the dreaded double bagel. She's trailing 2-1 in this second set.
Seles leads 2-1.
Gillette comes a revolutionary form of protection for men. Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant. Unlike a stick that can stay in your underarm hair, this is a soft gel. It goes cleanly through the hair right down to the skin surface to fight odor and wetness where it begins. And that means effective all-day protection. A revolutionary form, Gillette Clear Gel Antiperspirant.
Center court is absolutely jam-packed tonight, and that is Isaiah Thomas. The Toronto Raptors. Athletes of all kinds want to see history in the making.
$15. 13 low.
Another winner. Monica Seles continuing to outstroke Kimberly Poe, hitting many more winners, 16 more. Basically even on unforced errors. Whoa! Those are not unusual statistics when Monica Seles plays.
$40-15.
The only difference is that players against Seles tend to have more unforced errors simply because they have to gamble a lot more against her.
Solid return. Seles applauds.
40-30.
It's a great return.
Game Seles.
Seles leading 3-1 in this second set over Kimberly Poe.
Winning the first set 6-love.
Return by Seles, 40-15.
40-15.
There's absolutely nothing you can do against a return like that. Just get on to the next point.
Game Poe.
Kimberly Poe holding serve. It's 3-2, Seles leading. Once again, let's go to Dan Schulman and Buck Martinez. Gentlemen.
Seles leads 3 games to 2.
Thank you, guys. Well, we're glad you're having the good weather in Toronto. Here in Detroit, it's a much different story. And after an off day, a travel day for the Blue Jays yesterday, and then coming to this weather, they've got to be getting a little anxious to get going.
Yeah, I think so. And it doesn't look like it's going to let up at all. It's pretty steady right now, and the cloud cover is really settled in here. So we could be in for a long evening.
We've been told to expect rain at least until 9 o'clock Eastern time, so that's more than an hour away. It's been raining for the last couple of hours, and this has been the pattern in Detroit over the last couple of weeks. We'll keep you posted. Let's send you back to the much nicer weather in Toronto.
And you can see the sign, Monica Forever. She is #1, no longer co-number 1 at this event, with the ouster of Steffi Graf in dramatic fashion by Amanda Coetzer earlier this afternoon. A 3-set hard-fought win, and that was an outstanding match for Coetzer.
Time.
Really was. In fact, it'd probably go down as one of the best matches of the year in terms of someone who actually won a match both with her physical talent and also her mental capabilities out there. She really thought that one out well and played many of the big points better than I've seen her play in a long time.
And admittedly, Steffi said that she wasn't playing up to 100% because she hadn't spent a lot of time on the practice courts at Wimbledon, but she gave full marks to Amanda, saying that she played extremely well and deserved the victory. Left 15.
Yeah, you really have to commend Steffi for the way she handled it. You know, I was talking to Lee Jackson now of the WTA, who's been around the tour for many, many years, and she was just commenting about what a real professional Steffi Graf is, you know, particularly all the stuff that's going on in her personal life now.
Love 30.
Now just a little window of opportunity here for Kimberly Poe. A little short, obviously, but what Poe has been having some moderate success here, and that is actually hitting the ball more down the center. And whenever you have someone who, like Seles, who hits a lot of good angles, that's a good tactic to use.
30 all.
30 all.
because it does two things. First of all, not only does it take away the angle, but it also opens up the corners. If you get the person conditioned to thinking that you're going to come down the center a bit more, you can go for the corners a little easier. There are 3 in a row down the center again.
Great points. Kimberly Poe, her first of the match. You know, looking down the draw, if Monica advances, as she probably will this evening, her next match is against Natalie Tosi out of France. And there's a possibility, if she gets by that, she could face Anke Huber, heading up to a possible semifinal with either Gabriela Sabatini or Arantxa Sanchez Vicario. So she will be tested this week.
If she gets through this match tonight, Tauziat's going to be a really good test for her. Simply because Tauziat can serve and volley and will put the pressure on.
Seles coming back from a love 30 deficit and a break points. To hold serve, she now leads 4 games to 2.
Seles leads 4 games to 2.
And when you look at the top half of the draw, you have to think that Mary Pierce is feeling pretty confident right now, and Jana Novotná as well, with the elimination of Steffi Graf and Amanda Kutzer too.
Sure, that's the way she played today. She's got a chance.
Just caught the line. 30 love.
Oh! 30-15. Out. 40-50.
That was awfully close. Kimberly Poe still alive in this second set, trailing 4-3 to Monica Seles. She's down a break.
Seles leads 4 games to 3.
Nothing added, nothing taken away.
I'm Paul Romanuk back here at TSN Control, and this is Tiger Stadium where the rain is coming down even harder. It'll be Toronto and Detroit. Pat Henkin against Felipe Lira if they get this one going. For now, it is back to tennis.
The man responsible for getting Monica Seles to commit to the Du Maurier Limited Open is that man right there, John Beddington. How much influence does he have here?
He's sitting
he can't even get a seat.
He's sitting on the cement. That's illegal. The fire department sees that. That's illegal, John. Oh, boy.
Interesting story about Seles agreeing to come here.
Lot 15. Lot 30.
About 30. John Beddington had worked for weeks trying to convince Monica and her people that Toronto would be a good place for her to resume her comeback instead of Los Angeles. $15-30. And when her people said to John, what can you give me? What can you give Monica? He anticipated that they wanted an appearance fee. And John was candid and said, I'm sorry, there is no money in the budget for an appearance fee. And they said, what can you give Monica? He said, hang on, I'll get right back to you. So he hung up the phone, got his people together. And said, we will provide her with the best security possible, and we will set up an exhibition to raise funds for Special Olympics. And Kimberly and Monica's people said she'll be on a flight 7:30 Saturday morning to get there for the exhibition. So it's a tribute to John Beddington and his persuasive powers for convincing Monica to play in Toronto. And it's also a good way for John to go out, because after this tournament, his association with Tennis Canada as tournament chairman is over.
Yeah, he's on a flight to London. He's moving there and take over head of a company called Masters International. Good movement from Monica Seles. The first time that she's been able to reach out wide, a tough shot, and actually get it back. All previous shots tonight in that region, she's let go or just didn't look well balanced as she was trying to hit it.
Advantage Seles.
Advantage Seles.
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge for the tournaments now here in Canada with John Beddington leaving is just the personal relationships that he's built up with the players. And whomever replaces him is going to have to establish that, because players often will come to an event because of their relationship with the tournament director and the people there. They're obligated to play a certain number of tournaments a year, but it's that what really packs the draw and gets the majority of the top players there is because they want to come.
Solid return by Kimberly Poe, second deuce of this game.
Well, she's had her chances here against Seles. The last two times Seles has served. Poe's had her down, love 30.
Advantage Seles.
Seles leading 5-3 in the second set over Kimberly Poe.
Seles leads 5-3.
Again, two-handed forehand down the line for the winner. With each passing point, she's been getting more and more confident. Love 15.
Love 15.
$15 all. 15 all. $30 all on the double faults by Kimberly Poe. It's her second of the evening. Anticipation of the conclusion of this match.
40-30.
Peter, how does she look from that angle?
Tough. Stroking very well. Monica took a long look at the line judge on that last point, thought maybe one of those rallies had been wide. Match points. And that's her bread and butter. She loves that shoulder height ball.
Nice serve down the middle by Kimberly Poe. Second deuce of this game. Second match point.
That's what I talked about, Jim, earlier, about the ability to be pressured and still be able to hit the passing shot.
Monica Seles, to the delight of her parents and fans here at center court, wins in straight sets 6-love and 6-3. The comeback is complete. An impressive debut, Peter.
It really was amazing. You got to appreciate she's been out for 27 months. She's going over now to kiss her dad, who she's glad to have here after having had stomach cancer operation in December of last year. So it's a very special moment for her. You know, we've seen players make comebacks here in the past, but never with this impressive performance to be able to hit the ball that well. And she's just delighted to be here. You can see it in her face.
So is everybody else.
This means a lot for tennis.
emotional moment for Monica Seles and her family. What a warm reception she has received from these people here at the National Tennis Center at York University.
It's just amazing down here, Jim, to see so many people with smiles on their faces. They're delighted to have her back, and both tennis and non-tennis fans here tonight appreciating this very special moment in sport.
Ladies and gentlemen, truly it's great to have her back again, and now she has to do some more work, as I think the TSN crews are waiting for.
Straight set, 6-love and 6-3 for Monica Seles over Kimberly Poe, who has been quietly sitting in her chair, just soaking in all of the atmosphere here on center court. And Peter, you mentioned that she may have had a little bit of trouble moving from side to side, but for the most part, Monica Seles was the Monica Seles of old. She has played extremely well, and she looks very, very good as she begins her comeback. And you can see her running across court because she's just making her way to Peter, and she's now standing by. All right, Peter, take it away.
Thanks, Jim. Monica, during your layoff, how many times do you think about this night?
Oh, many, many. Today, it's hard for me to put it in words because for such a long time, I didn't think I'd be back doing something I love to do. But today, it felt like coming home. It felt so comfortable. I was very nervous, but I can't put it in words. It's just great to be playing. I mean, it's so simple.
You talked about the fact that you really missed the opportunity to be able to hit the winner and hear the crowd roar. Was this very special for you tonight?
Oh, for sure. So many times when I practice at home, I would hit a great shot, and it was just quiet. And I said, that was a good shot. And I would just I was the only one cheering for myself. So I said, I can't play tennis between four walls all my life. So I have to go in. And it's just great when you hit a great shot and you hear the crowd going, yes, you just think goosebumps through your body. And it's just so much fun. I mean, that's what it's all about, having fun and hopefully playing some great tennis. So, thank you.
And speaking of goosebumps, I don't think there were many people in this crowd tonight that when you walked down the stairs, I think all of us felt a sense of your coming back was also a special time for us. What was it for you? What did you feel like coming down to have this crowd appreciate your return?
Unbelievable. I mean, Saturday night, it was amazing, and tonight was even more amazing. It's just, I don't know. It's unbelievable. I mean, for a long time, everything was so dark, and now I see the sun, and it's just great. And it's just so much fun playing tennis, and that's what I love to do, and that's what I hope to do, and that's all I ever wanted to do. So it's great to be playing again. It's wonderful.
Also, one minute, you keep moving away. Also, this is a very special night. I see your dad over there, and he went through an operation in December, and I'm sure it was very special for you to be able to have him here with you tonight. Can we all say, Karoli, good to have you here, and I hope you stay in good health. Monica, I think Toronto has received you very well, and we welcome you back to the tour, and we look forward to your being able to bring not only a lot to tennis, but a lot to life. You've talked about how much you've learned, so welcome back.
Thank you very much. This is great.
Okay.
A very warm round of applause for Monica Seles. Straight sets wins this evening, 6-love and 6-3 over Kimberly Poe of the United States. She makes it now to the 3rd round with a meeting with Natalie Tauziat out of France. The signs tell the story. They're all over center court this evening. And our coverage continues from the Demore Limited Open. Center court action. Stay with us. We'll be back.